All right, everyone. It's 1 p.m. Central, and we are happy to welcome you to a Thursday, December 3rd, which is today. And today is the day when we host our weekly webinars. So today's topic, to those of you who haven't uh, maybe received the latest update but just joined out of habit, today's topic is very interesting and very um, sort of timely, I would say. Success at the end of the year is very important, and we'd like to shed a little bit of light on how we help our users to be successful using our system. So we're going to cover a few things, but first things first, I want to make sure that we have the communication going right, and I would like you to those of you who know how to, just raise your hand and give me a sign that you can see and hear what's going on here in the presentation. And as soon as I see a few hands up, so we'll move to the next slide where we'll talk about the agenda. So there you go. I see the hands are going up. So thank you very much, our patient as well as active audience. We appreciate that. So today's topic is the RigER user success, and the agenda is covered on this slide. Will be presented by a couple of our speakers. So those of you who know them, and so you will hear familiar voices and see familiar faces. Those who are new to RigER, so please welcome Indra Kinkolite. So she is our user support lead, and Arsen Nyan, so it's our Chief Information Security Officer, as well as the Academy instructor. So these two people are going to be leading the main content of the presentation, talking about what is user support at RigER, how to use our knowledge base, what is our academy, and how it's going to evolve in the coming months, and what we have gotten so far, and what actually user training is. So all these topics are going to be sort of circling around the agenda items such as a user success at RigER. So without further ado, let's get going and start with the user support. So take it away, Indra.
Thank you, Nikolai. Hello, everyone. My name is Indra. I'm user support lead here in RigER. So all our clients know very well me. And if you're not our client, so I hope in the future we will meet. So let's deeper in user support. So in the next slide, you can see all the ways how you can access, how you can reach us. So we have like main 5 channels, how users can submit a support ticket, support questions to us. So there is RigER support portal. You can send questions by email. You can call if you like to talk with me. You can send a support text if it's a quick, short question and we are getting back with an answer right away. And we have live chat in our website too. So you can send a message, quick message there. So let's move forward, and here you can see how to access, where to find links to our support portal. So one of the option is a support menu on the yellow RigER menu line. So you have all the links there to our resources, like knowledge base, our YouTube channel, and support portal. Another option is to use a homepage in RigER. And there you can access the same links to access all the resources what we are providing for our users and find all the information about the RigER and submit your questions or tickets or issues what you are having and get the answer. So how to use the support portal and why we have it, it's really useful tool. Of course, you have to be registered as a user. And when you connect, you can submit, you can create a support ticket. And another option why it's really useful, you can see all your previous submit tickets and you can see all my requests, because sometimes I'm sending answers together with the screenshots and guidelines, how to do, where to click, where to go, and explanations. So you can have all history of all your submitted support tickets and then just check if some issue comes up and you have all the answers right in one place. And another place how you can submit your questions is the easiest one, the email. You just sending the email to support@rigger.us and it comes together directly to our support portal, and support ticket is generated, and then we are working on it and providing you an answer or fixing an issue. So always when you are sending support ticket, support questions, we are asking that you would provide as much information as you can with the screenshots, document numbers, and etc., that we could check the situation, what's happening, where it's happening, and could work away on the issue and find the solution or provide the correct workflow for you, how to fix or how to work in different situations in RigER. Another useful place here, if we can go back to the previous, yes, here, thank you. So in every document in RigER, on the menu, blue menu, you can find a support menu. So there is option from the any document directly to send questions to us to support portal, RigER support portal. So you can provide a message, what's happening, what's wrong, and even attach the screenshots. And when you're sending, we are getting the username, the email of this user, if it's assigned in RigER, and from which document it was sent. And then we can check, we have all the details, what we needed to check what's happening and just help you and solve any issues. So now we can move forward, and another useful resource what we have in RigER is our knowledge base. So in the knowledge base, we have a lot of different articles about procedures and each document, how it works, where to find it in RigER. So in the next slide, you can see the main screen, main page of our knowledge base, knowledge base page. And on the left side, you have a tree where you can find each article, just navigation of the tree, and you can go there and you can go by the different topics and find the related article, or you can search it by the keyword. And if you type a keyword, it gives you a list of all related articles to your keyword, and then you can find a correct one, the right one for your issue or for your question or for how to do something in RigER. And in our knowledge base article, at the moment, we have about over 150 different articles. So how to use RigER, about different documents, procedures, workflows, even the troubleshooting, the common questions, how to fix some usual issues, what user experiencing in RigER, or how to work with some difficult procedures or even the simple ones. And each of the article includes some videos, how to do, where to go, how to click, and so on, what information to enter in documents. It contains step-by-step guidance with the screenshots and selection, what to check and what information is mandatory in some documents. And of course, when you are searching by the keyword, it's really useful because you have a list of all related articles to your topic, what you're looking for. So the next channel, what is very resourceful and you can check it, it's our YouTube channel. So there you can find not only all the recordings of previous webinars with a lot of information, but and a lot of videos about different procedures, different modules, documents, workflows in RigER, and you can see in the videos how it works with the short demo videos and so on. So it's really useful, and we recommend our users to check there too sometimes to find the correct answer. And of course, if you can't find the answer, we are here to help you in the support and answer all your questions right away. Okay, so let's move further and let's pass the mic to Arsen.
Thank you, Indra. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about the Digital Oilfield Academy, formerly known as RigER Academy. So what is it? It is a web-based portal with based on a powerful learning platform. So we have several courses, created several courses inside this Digital Oilfield Academy, and we are going to expand it. So it's a pretty simple sign-up process. You just sign up, get your credentials in the website, and you have the access to all courses in the portal. So Right now, all of the courses are easily accessible, but in the future there will be restrictions, and the course access will be course enrollment will be dependent on the actual course. So depending on the scope of the operations of the person or the actual company, we will grant corresponding access to corresponding courses. So, excuse me. The courses are based on self-paced and flexible learning scenarios. So you have your courses in hand and there is no restriction. You just go on, you open the course, and in your free time, you just go over the course and get familiar with our system. It's actually useful not only for new users, but also for experienced users, because in most courses we discuss aspects that you don't really need to memorize, but you can come back as a reference point and understand something if you have doubts about it. Some of the courses will include practice tests and final exams, and we've stressed this a few times before, but we will also integrate new certifications for the courses, and the users passing the courses will receive certifications. So how to access the Digital Oilfield Academy? Well, the easiest way to access the Academy would be through our RigER US website. And if you open up your RigER database in the main homepage at the right part, when we have the links, where we have the links for the support and training, we also have a direct link for the Digital Oilfield Academy. And if you click on it, it's going to open the web page, our web page, and you can select the resources menu, then move to the Digital Oilfield Academy and see all the courses and sign up for the courses. So what you need to do is just to provide an email and your first name, and we will receive the correspondence, and we'll send you the links for the Digital Academy access links. So what courses do we have available? So as a refresher, we do have 5 complete courses inside here. Those would be the orientations in RigER, the basics of RigER, selling RigER, purchases, and operations 101. So let's just speak about these courses in a little bit of more detail. First, the orientations in RigER is just, I would say, a crash course. It's just 4 video lessons that will move really quick and get you familiar with some aspects of RigER that are essential for the actual job. So it's going to introduce the general document workflow. We will define the main documents like the RSAs, tickets, etc. Some elements of the interface introduced to you, like what is posting, what is saving, etc., of the documents and how to do it. And then we will just show the actual workflow on how to create a rental service agreement, quotes, etc., up to the point of the invoice. So let's move on and see what the basics of RigER is. So the basics of RigER is basically an extension of the orientation. Besides the video lessons that we have in the orientation, we also have 15 more lessons here, which are more textual, and you will need to read through them, and it will explain not only the details of the interface, not only the basic actions, but also everything else that is connected to the general document workflow. So next would be the sales in RigER. And this is a fairly new course, and it specializes on providing information based on user roles. And excuse me, and most of you already know that our system is strictly based on user roles and user permissions. So the sales course and all other consequent courses that I'm going to talk about today are going to be based on user roles. So we currently have 2 user roles in the system, which 2 sales user roles in the system, which would be the sales manager and the salesperson, obviously. So based on those user roles, we have created this course, and we go through the RSAs, so rental agreements, contracts, and quoting process, etc. We explain how everything is constructed and how everything is done, and we also talk about the checking about item availability, checking the item prices, etc. We go through the new CRM module. And we also discussed some direct sales, which is like not really connected to the rental operations, for example, but you just make a direct sale from your database when you need to sell like a piece of equipment to your client. Next would be the purchases in RigER. Fairly simple course, again, based on the user roles. We will discuss the purchase order requests, how user can request a purchase order from the field, for example. We'll also discuss the approval of purchase requests, the POs, purchase invoices, bills of lading, and fast purchase functionality that we have in RigER. As a part of the purchases module, we also will discuss the sub-rental operations, meaning when you rent from your vendor and re-rent out that equipment to your clients. Those will be the sub-rental operations, and we will also discuss those in this course. And the last course available as of right now would be RigER Operations 101. Now, based on operation roles, we have 4 of them right now. We will have the information in this course on how to create rental tickets, field tickets, service tickets, how to do repairs, in your shop, how to deal with sales tickets, etc. The rental breaks, the rig movement notes, and all those operations that are connected with the equipment and are supposed to be done either by a dispatcher or a fleet manager or a field technician or overseen by the operations manager would be discussed in this course. Now let's move to another topic, which is the user training and how we actually have been doing it, how we are doing it now, and how we hope to do it in the future. This is not going to be news for most of you, and I think you already know how we do the training presentations. So it's basically consisting with 2 main stages. First of all our new users would be directed to the RigER Academy to get familiar with all the basics and the interface elements of the system, because that will allow the user to get familiar with all that stuff and not to focus on those small details during the actual training sessions. Then we will actually go through the training programs. And the training programs are strictly dependent on the client requirements. For example, if there is a new company and we are going to train that company staff for our RigER platform, we will need to understand what topics to include. We will need to understand the workflow and the processes of the company and create a training program based on that. Now, the training can be either done individually or for a group of trainees. And we will talk about it in the next slide a little bit more. So how we used to do it, we used to have an on-site training option and online training option. Now, thanks to COVID-19, and that's an ironical expression, we are not able to do on-site training as of right now, and we do genuinely hope that this will end soon and we will be able to actually interact in person, because why we think that on-site training is very efficient. It's face-to-face interaction. It's a high-intensity training session, meaning we're not going to do a training for 1 hour. We generally do it for 2 days, and each day is 6 to 8 hours for teams of 5+ people, and the interaction creates an atmosphere like in a classroom, and all people interacting together, working towards the same goal, and understanding the general workflow is a very efficient way to do the on-site training. Now, on the other hand, the online training will offer you the flexibility. You will have it on your own time. You can do it whenever you want, wherever you want. You can do a lot of practice after each 1 hour session and collect your feedback. You can also obviously submit those questions or your feedback to us and discuss with us prior to the next training session, online training session, or actually during the next online training session. It can be provided to remote teams, obviously. We use Zoom to do the online trainings, and it will cost less if we compare to the on-site trainings. So let's talk about the training program in a little bit more detail. Now, the main goal is to get all the users efficient and very well acquainted with our system. So when we leave, the user is capable of doing his job without having any big troubles or running into any big issues. Again, it is highly dependent on the client requirements. We need to understand the client process and create the actual program based on that process. So some clients do daily rent outs, for example. Some clients do monthly billings, etc., etc. All of it is going to be taken into account when building the training program, and we will identify the main key points and work towards those key points to make the training program as efficient as possible. Now, again, our primary focus is going to be on providing a practical experience for every single user with our software. So the user at the end of the day will be able to perform all his tasks without the need of the help. But that being said, we are always there to back you up, and we will be able to answer your questions if you run into some issues or if you have any other suggestions concerning the matter. As a result of the training, what are we going to have? We're going to have obviously 2 categories of users. Regular users, for example, the ones that are going to be operating in the limits of their scope. For example, salesperson, the accountant who's going to be doing the invoicing, the field technician, the dispatcher, etc., etc. And we will also have champions. The champions are going to be thoroughly trained on every aspect, every major aspect of the software, including the administration of the software and troubleshooting and configuration, etc., etc. And those champions are going to be the ones who will be actually managing the RigER platform later on when your company goes live with the platform. So as a result, after the training sessions and overall training program, we will have training reports, including the topics that we've discussed during the sessions, how much time we spent, etc., and the attendees who were involved in the training.
So thank you very much, everyone, for attending it today. So the next week, I just wanted to let you know, we're going to have a very special presentation. We'll talk about the latest and the greatest release yet of RigER as a platform. So RigER 8.0, codenamed Odessa, after the Odessa Midland, one of the operating regions for most of our clients that are operating in the Permian Basin. So join us next week, sign up, and you'll learn what's new coming into the platform, because there's going to be very interesting things in addition to all of you who are current or the future users of RigER. So please do sign up, and we'll talk to you next week. So thank you very much, and have a great rest of the day.
Thanks, Evan. Have a nice day.
Thank you.